Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Alexandra Mentor here, an executive coach and mentor, and I trust everyone is having a fantastic weekend so far. Today, we are having a bonus session with our 5-day masterclass, How to Create Quantum Leap in Your Results. So, for the past 5 days, we have been discussing the quantum leap strategy. So, how to achieve more with less effort and less time. Quantum leap is physics. It has been proven that the particles can jump few levels up without any further effort. And this is exactly what we can do in our own life, in our performance, productivity, and creating literally anything your heart truly desires. Now, desire, this is a key word. And today, in our Q&A session, we will talk about how to develop that desire, that burning desire that Napoleon Hill talks about. Because without the burning desire, you might have incredible dreams. You might be a very good person. You might be very hardworking. You may really want to create something more in life, but without that burning desire, you will not achieve what you truly want. And if you keep trying and trying and trying and you're not getting what you really want, your logic will tell you that it's not meant to be, or your senses will say to you, it's not worth it. Why should I keep trying? It's not working. So the key here is to really understand what gives you motivation. What can you do to have that sustained motivation? And this and more we will talk about in today's bonus session. So, for those of you who have been with us for a while, you do know what to do. You know what to do, and please say hello in the chat box. I can see some of you are jumping on the call already. So, really great to see you with us. Please do say hello. For those of you who are watching this as a replay, please do say hello, #replay. In the past few days, we have received plenty of questions from you. And what we have decided to do is to address those questions today in our bonus session. So this session can give you more clarity and direction when it comes to your journey of your personal growth and development. So I'm going to read the questions first, and then we're going to wrap up this call and our 5-day workshop with a beautiful summary of what has happened in the past few days. And at the end of the session, I'll also give you a quick direction on literally 4 points to summarize the workshop, what you need to do in order to move forward fast to create quantum leaps in life. So stay with us till the end. If you do have any questions during this session, please put it in a chat box. So I'm going to be checking chat box regularly in case you still have something that you might wonder about, something that you are unsure about. You still have that chance and opportunity to address it today. Right, guys, so let's begin. The first question we have received is how paradigms can be changed. And this is a great question, because in order for you to change something, you have to become aware of what needs to be changed. So this question has come up quite a lot in the past few days. And for those of you who have been with us during this entire workshop and perhaps studied this topic in a while for some time now, you will remember that paradigms are multitude of habits and belief system, and also a part of your paradigm is your inner self-image. For those of you who have not heard about paradigms before, I would highly encourage you to go back to our previous lessons and just rewatch those topics, because it's so important to understand the paradigm. In order for you to really move forward, you have to change your inner beliefs and inner habits. And for those of you who are unaware of what are your beliefs and habits, the chances are that majority of time you go on autopilot. Autopilot is basically when most of the time you do something unconsciously without even realizing it, that you're doing it, and without even realizing it, that every single move that you make, every single choice you take, and every single decision every single day impacts your future results. So this is really huge. And so for those people who think I keep working harder and harder and I keep trying harder, I would just ask myself, do I actually change some of my beliefs? Am I working on shifting some of my negative beliefs or negative habits? Because that's what really makes what you do every single day. So your behavior is almost exclusively controlled by your paradigm. And your paradigm is a multitude of habits, beliefs, and also your inner self-image. Inner self-image, we elaborated on it for nearly an hour on our day 2. So if you're unsure what self-image is and how it impacts your results, please go back to our session from day 2. And now the paradigm almost exclusively controls your behavior. Your behavior creates your results. And your behavior every single day means the action you take or lack of it. But most of us do take loads of action because majority of us, nearly all of us, are very busy in our lives. So you do take loads of action, but it's really all about to be aware, what sort of action do you take? Is it a productive action contributing to your goal, or is it just an action with activities that are not really contributing to the growth of your business or or your income? So it's really very important to be aware what sort of action you take and what you are busy with every single day. Paradigm is like a programming. It almost exclusively controls your behavior by 96% of the time. So many people are not aware of this. Many people literally go throughout the day without even realizing what's going on. And if you do go out throughout the day thinking I'm so busy and I'm busier every single day, the chances are that you are literally run by your paradigm on autopilot. This is something that when I start working with my clients, this is something that my clients become aware of at the very beginning. Majority of people live unconsciously. That's why there is only 3% of people who really achieves their dreams and their true visions, and they really live their life that they truly desire. So with the time freedom, with the money freedom, being in a relationship that they're very happy with, it's only 3% of people that has it, and 97% is stuck. Some of them are trying, some of them are searching for answers, but the truth is that 97% of people are stuck. And one of the reasons is because 90+% of people lives unconsciously. So a very good question to yourself is, am I aware of my activities on a daily basis? Do I wake up every morning with a purpose and direction on how do I want to spend my day? Or do I wake up and I just respond or react to everything that comes my way? If it's the first one, if you wake up every morning with a purpose, with a direction, you live consciously. But if you wake up every single day and you're pretty much just running to this day and things just come at you, your clients' emails, messages, everything happens coming at your way, you live unconsciously. What it means is you're creating more of the same. You react the same way to certain people, to certain circumstances. Therefore, you will create more of the same. You'll literally recreate what you've had in the past. That's not a problem if that's what you want to do. But if you have that desire of multiplying your income, of creating time freedom, of having that flexibility in your life, and the freedom that if you want to really do something because it's a beautiful day and you just want to take your children or spend it with your loved ones, just go outside anytime you want, that's the freedom of choice, and you can create it. But the only way to do so is to live consciously, is to live with the consciousness that whatever you think about, you create, because your thoughts affect your emotions affect your actions. And in your subconscious mind, there is that paradigm. So now, going back to the question, how do you shift that paradigm? Because your paradigm is the primary cause of your results. And in order for you to change your results, you need to deal with the primary cause of your results, and that is those multitude of habits, belief system, and your inner self-image. So there are only two ways to change your paradigm. The one way that paradigm is changed is an emotional impact. So it can happen very quickly. Something happens to you, boom, it was very emotional, it affected some of your beliefs and it affected some of your habits. Your paradigm can be changed like this. However, that emotional income is usually very negative. So that could be some sort of very negative event, and people's belief system changes instantly. That could be a very personal negative situation, and your beliefs or your habits change instantly as well. And just to give you a quick example, maybe someone has been diagnosed with a cancer, for example, and they become aware that actually now it's time to change my diet and really take care of my health. So those habits can be changed instantly because of that bad news. So your paradigm can be changed instantly, but usually it happens with a negative emotional incident, and that not happens often. The second way of the paradigm change is through a constant repetition of the information that serves your paradigm and serves your mindset in a positive way. So you repeat certain affirmations, you repeat certain informations, you perhaps listen to the same stories over and over again, and you feed your subconscious mind with the positive impact. You feed your subconscious mind with a positive self-belief, and that can and does change your paradigm. So it shifts your paradigm, which means your beliefs get shifted. So your negative beliefs turn into positive ones, and your negative habits also shift. So you replace your negative habits with the positive ones. So that is the way to change your paradigms, those two ways. The second way is something that takes place most of the time, because like I said, the first way, the negative impact, doesn't happen often, and like I said, it's a negative. The second way is a constant repetition. Now, it's a very challenging way in its own, where you really want to change your paradigm with the constant repetition. It has to be done every single day, and that's to do with how your brain works. Your brain works in a very specific way, and we're not going to spend the time to explain the topic of your brain, that is receiving and broadcasting station, but your brain can literally flip onto a different frequency if you repeat something. So if you repeat a new habit, a new belief, a new ideas for at least 30 days consecutively. And that has been proven. It's a very scientific process and it works 100%. So in order for you to shift that paradigm, you need to get a new idea on how to do it. You have to work with that idea for at least 30 days consecutively. If you skip a day, you have to start over again. It's science. There's nothing I can do about it, but that's what it is. So it's very possible, but here you have to be very disciplined and very motivated in order for you to stick to that process every day, day by day for at least 30 days. Now, the key solution here, if you find yourself that you lose motivation, which does happen almost to everyone, to majority of people, that we hear a certain idea, we hear a solution, we are given a tool, and we're very excited to begin to work with that tool, and then after a week or a week and a half, perhaps two, our motivations fizzles away. And that happens to pretty much anyone and everyone. And that used to happen with me quite a lot. I was very excited about putting into practice certain tools, certain principles that I've read about that could help me to grow and develop myself. And then something happened along the way. After a couple of weeks, I didn't see the results because it's not there yet. You're only halfway through, and I would give up, or there would be other excuses that would make me to give up on that exercise, on that application. So if you do find yourself that you are very keen to begin, but then within literally a couple of weeks or so, you actually forget to do the exercise, so you lose motivation, the best solution here is to really support yourself with like-minded people and get a mentor if you're serious about it. If you're not serious about your results, then obviously you can try again and try again and try again until through the repetition, after some time, you might actually get that commitment and do it. But if you're very serious about improving your goals and improving your results now, I would highly encourage you to get yourself a support system, a very good support system, not just anyone who you can talk to and kind of spend the time with, but somebody who is way ahead of you so you can actually be inspired by that person. And this is exactly what has helped me 6 years ago when I got a mentor who literally has helped me to stay on track of my paradigm. Because the moment when I was feeling that I was going down the hill, and it happens to each and one of us, I haven't met anyone who is a high achiever and is doing it by themselves. I really haven't. And I'm not just saying this, guys, to make you feel bad. I'm not just saying this to put doubt in your mind at all. But what I'm saying is, if you have noticed that pattern in your own life in the past, that you have tried to do something and you lose motivation, it's completely normal. It happens to each and one of us. There are certain things you have to do by yourself, but in a long-term commitment for the long-term goal, you cannot do it alone. And that's what I have learned in a very powerful way 6 years ago, when I not only got my mentor Bob Proctor to work with, but I also instantly was surrounded by a group of like-minded people who I could connect and create a mastermind group and work every single week on a regular basis with a clear direction, with a clear commitment, and we were helping each other. So if somebody was sinking or somebody needed that pickup or that motivation or they had doubts, all together we were helping them to push through that. And that's huge. I cannot express how important that is. So again, it's literally up to you. If you just want to flow through your life and think, well, let's see what happens and I'll try to do it by myself, you can. You have everything it takes, but change is not easy, and you need to be aware of it. Change is not easy, and if you really want to go through those paradigms and shift those paradigms, you'll have to be very disciplined, and that discipline is developed over time. Again, right now, I can see how I'm self-motivated because I've done it for 6 years working with my support system. So now I've developed this habit on autopilot. I know how to course correct myself. Yet again, even now, I have my mentor by my side. I have my mastermind. I have a group of people I work with every single week. And I'll never let go of that because I wouldn't be here where I am without my support systems. It's very important. So beautiful question. And I hope this has helped you to understand paradigms and how it can change. Now, second question, how a person can become fearless and practical and set and get and act according to circumstances. So once again, how a person can become fearless and practical and act according to circumstances. We talked about fear quite a lot in one of our sessions on Wednesday, so you can still go back to the recording. It's day 3. And fear, how to become fearless. It's a lot to do with understanding what fear is and being aware that fear is actually your friend. When you're about to do something and you don't feel that fear, so if you're not scared, it means you're not aiming high enough. It means that whatever you're doing every single day perhaps, and you don't feel that fear, it means you're just going sideways. So you're putting loads of activities into actions, but you're not really growing, because fear and growth go hand in hand. So if you're not experiencing fear and excitement at the same time, it means you're not growing, you're just going sideways. What it means in your results, it means that you're just creating more of the same. This week, when we talk about creating quantum leap in your results, which means jumping few levels up without further effort, this happens. It happened to me multiple times, and this happens when you get yourself out of your comfort zone to the point that you literally sometimes feel anxiety. This is what Price Pritchett talks about in U Squared. And he says if you don't experience this huge uncomfort and temporary anxiety, it means you're not creating quantum leap. Quantum leap is not going to come if you don't experience that fear. So fear is really your friend. Fear is good, but that only comes with understanding. Understanding and study. So you can basically study yourself, study who you are and what you are capable of doing. And the more you get to know yourself, the more you will understand that fear comes in every time when you push out of your comfort zone. And fear comes in because it's just your brain's function. Your brain's function, a very primitive brain, is there to protect you. Is there to protect you from this potential danger. Because the moment when you hesitate, your brain detects it. And it thinks, wow, okay, you've hesitated right now, so you must be in danger. So let's just pull you back to your comfort zone so you're not going to be hurt by a potential failure, by a potential negative experience that maybe you have had experience in the past. So your memory will bring that back to you very quickly, because it goes like this. It's just shooting so many neurons at you right now in a few seconds that all of a sudden that doubt and worry becomes very real, because it's internalized, and because you think, oh my gosh, I don't want to experience that failure again. I don't want to experience that negative feeling again. So your brain is actually holding you back, pushing you back to your comfort zone so you can feel good again. But it doesn't mean that's the right thing to do, because you have to remember it's your brain's function to protect you. Your primitive brain, as wonderful as it is there to protect you. And everything that happens within your comfort zone is there for you to make you survive. But it's not created for you so you thrive. It's only there for you to survive. That's why so many people go through their life feeling comfortable, feeling safe, thinking that this is what they're doing correctly because they feel safe. It's better to be safe than sorry. We've all heard this before. But it's not there to really see what you're capable of doing. It's not there to test your limits. It's not there to see what you can create and what you are truly capable of. That requires a different set of skills. That requires a different set of thinking. And the only way to do so is when you really commit yourself to get to know you, who you are, and what you are truly capable of doing, and what happens on that journey. When you have that understanding, and with practice you get to know that feeling, this is where you really become a master of your life, because you will know how to go faster yet become calmer. You will know how to really go after what you truly desire with that clarity and direction. And this is where you create your life the way you want, because you go after what you truly desire rather than stay in your comfort zone. So many people push through that comfort zone. So they've done it. It felt really uncomfortable. And because it felt so uncomfortable, they didn't know how to deal with it. So they've pushed through it. And then that almost paralyzed them for the future. So in the future, they don't do it again. So they push through something, like they've opened a business, they've become a business owner, which is great. But then that's it. They sort of stop there and they're not growing constantly. And that is because they thought, well, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And that's very natural. That's very natural. And you can only keep on pushing when you literally have that support system to remind you and reassure you that what you're doing is correct. So in order for you to become fearless and practicality and fear, it's kind of contradicting. But in order for you to become fearless, you have to understand what fear is. And fear will not disappear completely. If you don't feel the fear in the future, even, it means you're not growing. So whatever you're doing, you're just going to be creating the same. It's kind of like a plateau. So many people have gone through certain movements, certain actions, and then they stopped and they're creating plateau. So you have to be literally feeling that fear, but with time and practice, you become comfortable with it. So this is what my clients learn a lot, and I love this. And this is what I have learned myself, that it's all about feeling comfortable when you feel uncomfortable. And that's where you constantly grow. You know the fear will kick in, but you know the feeling already and you welcome it and you deal with it in control. And that's what I feel like today. Today, when I have a new challenge, I'm actually very excited about it. So you have to be excited about your goal. It's scary because you've never done this before, you've never been there before. But I know this is exactly what should happen, and I know I'm growing. So now I can deal with it. I know how to respond to it. Whereas 5, 6 years ago, that situation, that experience would probably make me to run back. And most people run back. They feel that fear. They say, oh, it's uncomfortable. I don't want to feel that way. Your brain also is not helping you because it's like exaggerating that potential danger. And then you pull back to your comfort zone. And the most ridiculous part in the whole process is when you pull back to your comfort zone, you actually say to yourself, it feels so good again. Oh, it's better. Why do I need this? Why would I need this stuff? Why would I need this extra stress? Why would I need this extra worry to push through out my comfort zone? So you actually excuse yourself and give yourself that alibi that it's better to be safe than sorry. But there's nothing good about it. It's literally not contributing to your growth, therefore your results. So can you be practical and fearless? Well, practical goals or practical ideas is something that you've perhaps done before. So we would always say, well, if you're practical, you're pretty much creating more of the same. You have to be unconventional to create something different. So, but you can be fearless when you study it. Great question, though, but I think it's a little bit contradicting. But again, it's all about becoming aware of it through awareness, through studies, through really getting to know yourself through practice, through application of these principles, and then you become more and more confident. Now, another question is, we can imagine our dreams and goals, but still we don't have the confidence that we can achieve it. How do you change it? It's a great question, and I absolutely love it, because this is where I was stuck for about 6, 7 years. I would say 6, 7 years ago. So about 15 years ago, I used to think like this. I knew what I wanted. I had a great imagination. I did it unconsciously. I always was a kind of a dreamer. I believed in the law of attraction. I was absorbing all this information, yet I did not take any action. And I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't even aware of it that I was not completing the whole process. I did the 50% of the process because I was imagining, I believed, at least consciously, because your conscious belief is very different to your subconscious belief, because your conscious belief is your intellectual belief. This is where you say to yourself, I know I can make it happen. I know I can. I'm well educated. I'm smart enough. I have a great experience. I know I can. If somebody could accomplish what they did without education, and I'm better than that, I'm smarter, I'm more educated, and more, I know more. So consciously, with your intellect, you can say, I believe I can. But your consciousness and your intellect has nothing to do with your results. Your subconscious programming almost exclusively controls your results. So whatever is locked up here in the treasury of your subconscious mind has almost an exclusive control over your behavior. So you may say something to you consciously, but subconsciously you're doing the opposite. Subconsciously, you're not taking action, the right action. Subconsciously, you're sabotaging your success. You know what you should be doing, but subconsciously, you are not doing it. You're procrastinating. And that's what's important. So, if you can imagine your dreams, if you can imagine your goals and your vision, that's great. That's literally 50% of success. But then the other 50 is taking that action. And if you don't feel that you have the confidence to achieve it, again, what you really have to do, you have to study you have to understand what is confidence, how your confidence is developed, and how your confidence can be boosted. Because you can boost your confidence, and this is how you do it. You basically study yourself. You then create certain affirmation that is aligned with your goal, and you take action. You take action towards your goal, towards your vision before you are ready. And this is so important. I cannot even highlight it strong enough how important it is to take action before you are ready. So many people waste a lot of time in planning. These are the people who are perfectionists. These are the people who just want to make sure that everything is great before I act on it. And they spend months, if not years, planning. They never put it into action. They hide behind the computer. They hide behind the emails. They're never visible out there because it's that lack of confidence. It is actually lack of confidence in themselves. They always think they're not ready. So you need to act before you are ready. Because when you act before you are ready, that action actually boosts your confidence. So it's like a vicious circle. If you lack confidence and you procrastinate in action, you're never going to become confident because you never take action. So that's why so many people are stuck. And this is exactly what we help our clients in Thinking into Results in our mentorship program, to take that action. They will say to us, I'm so scared. I know I don't want to do it. But we make sure that you have some plan of action. It's not just any activities. Answering emails is not an activity that's going to create your quantum leap. Creating a website, if you're not a website developer, it's not something that's going to create your quantum leap. So it has to be action out of your comfort zone, something that literally has profit generating activity in it. That's it. We keep it very simple. And that's where you focus on. This is where you pay your attention towards. And when you push through that comfort zone, because it will feel scary, but when you push through that comfort zone once, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and we're all here to support you, we're all here to cheer you on, we're all here to say, yes, by next week we can see you happening, we can see you actioning it. You then do it, and it doesn't feel as scary. And the more you do it, the more comfortable you are with it. So it's like everything else. The change requires commitment, but also requires awareness of how long you have to apply certain principles. Because if you do it once or twice, it may not be enough for you to shift that confidence. If you do it once or twice and you fail because you may get rejection, it actually is going to cripple your confidence. But with faith, which we're going to talk about in a minute, and understanding, and that support and clarity and direction, because all I had 6 years ago when I started my business without any business experience, and I was petrified to talk to people. Imagine, guys, I was absolutely petrified to talk to anyone. Without that, all I had was a strategy, the mindset strategy of what I should be doing, and I had a structured process. And all I did for the first month, I followed that process every day, every day. And that's what has helped me to replace my corporate income within a month. Within 1 month, I've replaced my corporate income and I've actually didn't work as many hours. And that is a quantum leap. That is a quantum leap. And the second month, I doubled it. This is where you this is where you achieve quantum leaps. And I felt very uncomfortable, extremely uncomfortable. And that's what quantum leap strategy talks about. It will not cause you any more effort because it wasn't any more effort, but it will cause you and cost you that commitment to go into the unknown. And that's exactly what I did, because I had my mentor's voice at the back of my head. That's what you have to do every day. And I made that commitment to myself and to my mentor and the group of people I was working with back then to action it every day. And then once a week, we would talk about wins and we would talk about challenges for the next week. And that's how you move forward. That's how your confidence is built up. That's how you can strengthen your confidence, by taking action before you're ready, because they are both linked. You become more confident the more action you take. And obviously, the more confident you are, the more action you will take. So confidence is really knowing who you are and what you are capable of doing and achieving. And you can boost your confidence very quickly, and you can become more confident when you have that awareness and understanding. And the only way to do it is through studies. Study you. Next question: how do we create a burning desire? I love this question. This question has come up a lot. We had our special guest, Satish Verma, the CEO and president of Think and Grow Rich Institution, on Wednesday. He answered this question in a beautiful way. I absolutely love it. If you didn't have a chance to watch the live session, the recording is available. So we will keep our videos up until Thursday next week. So you still have about 6 days to watch the replays as many times as you want. And if you haven't seen it, go back to day 3 and watch it again. And burning desire, this is something that Napoleon Hill talks about, and this is exactly what happens with every single person. When they say they want to accomplish their goal, they want to open up a business, maybe they already have recently, and now they are a new business owner. So how to take your startup to a new level, or you maybe have been a business owner for some time, and how to really take it to the next level. Nothing will happen unless you have a burning desire. Many people have desires, and many people wish and hope for stuff, and they have desires to succeed. That's why you're here, because you have that desire to succeed. But nothing will happen without the burning desire, and the burning desire moves you into action. That is the key. So if you're interested in taking your business to the next level, if you're interested in creating financial freedom, and if you're just interested to multiplying your income, you will do whatever it's convenient for you and whatever is easier. I'm not going to say easy, because nothing is easy. If you work hard, you're doing great. So nothing is easy. But it's easier. It's easier to be, for example, doing another qualification, because you've already done it before. If you have a qualification, if you have a master's degree, or you have any other degree, and you're going for another degree, it's easier because you've done it already. So you know how to do it. You know how to accomplish it. So this other degree will not create quantum leap in your life. This other qualification, if you're not doing it because it's your passion and you're doing the qualification because you've discovered your passion and you need to be qualified for that, that's different. But if you're just doing or taking any other qualification because you think that might help me to create more clients, but you're still unsure what you want, then that other qualification on top of whatever you already have will not help you to create quantum leap. I also know so many business owners who go and study marketing, who go and study strategies, and that's great, but you should be studying whatever you're good at and then just hire marketing person and strategic person, or just go after someone who is very good, and then you can bring that in rather than trying to do it yourself. So again, there's so many different ways of thinking if you want to create quantum leap. But once again, if you've already done it in the past and you're just doing it again, it's not out of your comfort zone, even though it requires a lot of time. So a lot of time investment, perhaps money, because education in some countries is not for free. So you're paying extra money, you're paying extra time and effort. But if you've done it already, and I know some people who are doing it as we speak, they're getting another qualification just so they could have a backup if they lose their current job. You're basically creating more of the same. It's not an easy thing to understand, and if that's what your logic is telling you, you basically need to shift your mindset, your thinking, and you have to shift your way of thinking, because if you do something that's logical to you, and is very logical to majority of people, to get another qualification, to get another degree, because this is how we grew up believing that if you have a degree, 2 degrees, 4 degrees, you might be employed better, in a better way, you have more chances to be employed. But that's a very conventional way of thinking, and as we know now, especially from the past year's event, nothing is guaranteed. Your job is not guaranteed, so you have to have a better backup plan, not just another qualification. You have to have a better way of thinking. You have to be doing something illogical. You have to be doing something unconventional. This is the only way for you to create quantum leaps, and quantum leaps, it's possible for each and one of you. You already have whatever it takes, and it's your marvelous mind. That's what it's all about. It's not about how much you know, it's not about how hard you try. It's nothing to do with it. It's about your marvelous mind. It's right here. You were born with it. How many people do you know you have heard about who have no degree or no higher education, yet again they run multi-billion-dollar or pound companies? There's plenty of those people. I personally know a few, and I've read about a dozen of people like that. So it's illogical, isn't it? Because we grew up believing you have to be well educated in order to get a great job, then you can have a great financial security. It's not true. You actually have been lied to. And what you have to do, if you really want to break away from this average life, from just this conventional way of living, you have to go after something you've never done before. You have to go after unconventional way of doing things and do illogical stuff. Just like I did 6 years ago, I did something very illogical. If you talk to anyone and you said, I'm going to open my business next month, and they would straight away ask you, have you got a business plan? Have you got any capital? Do you have business cards? Do you have a website? Do you have this? You would think, oh, that's what I have to do. But I haven't done any of those. I had not have any of those. I didn't have a business plan. I didn't have a website. I didn't have business cards. I didn't have any of this. Yet again, I made a decision that I'm going to go and open my business. This makes no sense. If I share this with anyone and I would be maybe between yes or no, maybe I would be kind of in between decisions, somebody would say, that's ridiculous. You're crazy, Alex. Like, you're never going to succeed like this. You have to be prepared. Guess what? I've succeeded in a big way because I had that mindset. I had developed the ways of thinking, and I was changing my habits every single day, out of my comfort zone every single day for a couple of months. It got easier afterwards, but the first 2 months I was out of my comfort zone every single day, and I still remember it. But I can tell you guys, it was worth it. I will never ever look back and think, wow, I regret it. It was actually the best decision in my life so far. And that's how I've created my time freedom, that I can choose when I want to work, what I want to do, who I want to work with. It's very important and it's incredibly satisfying. This is something that people used to talk about, and I wonder how would I feel if I lived my life with passion. And I've heard so many great people saying, well, if you really want to be successful, you have to love what you do, and if you don't want to work a day in your life, you have to live with your passion. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I wish I knew what my passion was. Like, I just never really knew. And now I do something that I absolutely love to bits. I love being here with you guys. I love connecting with people like yourself. I love being connected with like-minded people where together we grow. Like with my clients, I absolutely love my clients because they inspire me. I learn something from them every single time. It's like a huge mastermind. It's incredible. We feed each other off each other's energy. It's absolutely incredible. I love every session with my clients, and I love every session in this group because this is such a powerful topic. You shift your vibration, you feel better, you feel more motivated, you have a purpose, you've changed your life. So I've changed my life, and that's how I then started to share with this information because it's priceless. So burning desire, as you may remember from our Wednesday's session, day number 3, is created when you not only have a clarity of what you want, but you have also the reason why do you want to do it. The more wise, the better and stronger the desire. Satish Verma used to say, the more motives you have, just like Napoleon Hill talks about, the better and the more burning desire. So what is your motive? What is your why? Is it strong enough? Do you have just 1 or 2 whys? Do you have 7 or 10? Or maybe 5, but very strong ones, that you are motivated with those motives every single day because they're close to your heart. That's how you develop a burning desire, to spend some time with yourself and keep asking yourself, why am I doing this? Why am I going through this struggle? Why am I pushing through my comfort zone? Why am I going through all of this feeling uncomfortable? And this what will literally help you to create that burning desire. And it's very important to sustain this burning desire because this is your motivation. This is much more powerful than your motivation. Many people just keep thinking about, how do I get motivated? Oh, I've lost my motivation. I don't know what to do. Because we do need external motivation, and you get it from the people you are connected with. Like-minded people will keep you going, but not the people who are on the same level as you are, people who are way ahead. Make sure you're surrounded by those. And make sure you're very, very careful of who do you listen to, because there's so many people having opinion, but when you look at their life, they actually haven't created what you want to create. So really be careful, who do you really listen to. So once again, burning desire is created by your motive. The more motives you have, the stronger the burning desire. All right, we have time for the last question. So last question, how do you develop faith? And that is a great question. And if you've watched our workshop, again, we talked about faith briefly in the past 5 days. So do please rewatch it. But faith is incredibly important. You either choose faith or you choose fear. It's either one or another. You will never go after both because you can't. It's like you can't have negative mind and positive mind. It's just not going to happen. It's either one or another. So in your daily activities, you either act with faith or you act with fear. And which one do you go for? Well, what do you think about most of the time? Do you worry? Do you think, what if it doesn't work out for me? What if I fail? What if I invest and it's just not going to give me the return I want? What if? Do you always ask those questions? Do you worry? Do you act from scarcity thinking? Or do you act with that self-belief, that empowered beliefs? Do you have faith in yourself? Faith is opposite to fear. And once again, it's either one or another. And you act with faith because you have that faith in yourself. You know that this is how it works, and you're committed with it to whatever you're doing towards your goal, and you are moving forward. You never stop, you don't doubt, you don't worry. Your body is well-being, your body is at ease, you feel energetic, you feel very happy. You see, when you look around and you see people who are very happy, energetic, who they love what they do, who live with passion, they operate with a certain mindset. And then you see other type of people who complain, who gossip, who just always worry about any possible thing that might happen to them or to you even. These are the people who live with fear, and fear is ignorance. They don't have the awareness about what they can and are able to do. People who live with faith, they have that understanding, they develop that understanding through studies and positive experience. And even if they had negative experiences or some failure, they actually had a very healthy mindset to deal with them. That's fear and faith. So how do you develop faith? You study. You study you study who you are, you study what you are capable of doing, and you never stop. You constantly move forward. Yesterday we had a very special guest, Jackie, and I loved when she said that she always keeps studying and she always keeps growing. I met Jackie many, many years ago, and she already was successful. She had that mindset of believing in herself and knowing that she has to constantly grow and invest in herself, time and money, because the better she becomes, the more she will serve her clients in a better way, the more she can help other people. She has that incredible mindset, and I loved it. If you didn't watch the video yesterday in our session, day 5, please go back to it because it was such an incredible session. So it's literally either faith or fear. Which one do you choose? And you can choose, despite what you feel, despite how you may think. At a time, you literally choose. You have 100% control over your choice. Some choices may be very uncomfortable, very illogical, out of your comfort zone. But with more understanding and studies, you'll know exactly what to do and which direction to go for. So now, before we wrap up today's session, let me guys know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for all the comments. Absolutely great to hear with you guys. Great to have you with us. Nicole and Magdalena, great to have you with us. Absolutely fantastic. And I can see that loads of you resonate with everything that we talked about today, which is so, so wonderful. So now, before we go today, and I would like to wrap up today's session and also give you a clear direction on what to do next going forward. So once again, just a quick reminder that if you didn't have a chance to watch any of our workshops in the past week, the videos will be up in our group until Thursday next week. So you still have about 5-6 days to watch replays. If you feel that you might know some friends or family who could benefit from this information, please feel free to invite them into our group. This community is, once again, for each and one of us to support each other, and we are all on a different level. Some of you may be just beginning with this information, and this will give you that basic, not only basic, it will give you a great clarity. And I could see some of your comments last week, and I loved it when you were saying that you were not motivated, you didn't move into action. And because of our workshop, you actually started to act on your dreams towards your goals, which is incredible. This is what happens in this group. Some of you who've maybe studied this topic for some time, maybe you've read so many books, maybe you've read every single book we talk about in our book club, yet again, you might not have the results you're after, then maybe you need a step further. Maybe you're ready for that step further. This is where I was 6 years ago when I've read so many books for 6, 7 years. I had so much information, but the results were not there. I knew I was ready for more. So maybe this is you who are ready for more, to start achieving some visible results and creating some visible results. So if that is you, as you know, we have the next step forward, next step up, our mentorship program, 6 months with Thinking into Results and myself and other like-minded people. When you join our Thinking into Results family, you will basically start achieving those results very quickly. So there are more details in our day 4 on how to join Thinking into Results. Also, what I'm going to do after this session is I'm going to post 2 links. One is to book a call with me. So if you have questions, maybe you're kind of in between 2 mindsets. Should I go for it? Should I not? There's something stopping you. Let's book a call. Let's book a free discovery session, about 20 minutes, 20 to half an hour. Let's talk about you, where you are and where you want to be, and see what we can do for you going forward. So I'm going to post a link under this video after this session, and another link if you feel that, yes, I am definitely ready. This is what resonates with me. This is what I've been waiting for. And every time when you look for answers, or every time when you're ready, a mentor shows up. So if you're ready to take the action right now, if you've decided, then we'll post a link to join our mentorship program today. If you make a decision to join us by Tuesday, instead of 6 months, you'll receive 9 months in price of 6. The investment is very small comparing to the value you have. Once again, I talked about the details on Thursday, but just to quickly recap everything we've talked about in the past week, if you decided to join us, you will get a full support of mindset training, 9 months instead of 6, on top of your mindset training. So if you really enjoyed what we talked about this week, this is literally just scratching the surface of what we have for you inside of our Thinking into Results family. There's so much more. Imagine what you've learned or heard about the program for the past 5 days, 5 hours. Imagine where you could be if you studied with us for the next 9 months. It's just like my mentor used to say, you will need a telescope to look back. And that's exactly where I was 6 years ago. I couldn't believe what I've achieved in 4, 5, 6 months. I was a completely different person. So now, the investment, the value that you're getting, so it's not only mindset training, but also strategies and marketing. It's all about how to think as a CEO, not a business owner, CEO. And there's a huge difference between becoming a CEO and a business owner. A business owner, if you are a business owner, maybe you're thinking about starting your business. A business owner, if you are a business owner, basically you got yourself a very busy job, because you're trying to do everything by yourself. You're doing the marketing, you're doing the strategies, you're doing the accounting, you're also doing your work that you're very good at. So if you are thinking in terms of business owner, yes, I have a business, I've got my business, great. But if you are overwhelmed, if you're trying to do everything by yourself, you're basically thinking as a business owner, which means you just got yourself a very busy job. On the other hand, what we teach you in our group, in our TIR family, it's not just the mindset training of how to think and act and what to do on a daily basis, but we'll develop a mindset of CEO. CEO is way beyond a business owner. It's where you actually run your business. So you become a leader in your own life. You then have the skills to delegate loads of stuff, and you actually learn everything about how to become a CEO. So it's so much more powerful, so much more rewarding as well. So this is what you get as a package. That training of marketing and business, the training on its own, the current value on the market is $20,000. This is what I have invested myself last year, and this is what I've been now sharing with my clients as we speak. So you have Monday's session, mindset training. You've got Thursday sessions, business and marketing, and on top of that, you also will get a couple of months into the training and accountability partner, and you'll become a part of a mastermind group as well. It's a huge support system. And all of this whole package, the value is $25,000. Your investment in yourself is $7,500, which is about £5,000. Okay, so there are two options how you can make it. You can make a one-off payment of £5,000, or you can have 6 monthly payments of £915 per month. That is your investment in yourself, and the value and the return you get on that investment is priceless. If you're unsure what to do, you're still kind of thinking, but go back to yesterday. We had a Jackie, and she actually was sharing with some of her experiences with thinking into results. Also, if you are in our group, go on to guides, and under guides you've got success stories from our previous clients, some of them, and you can listen to how they've experienced studying, so you can see, is it really worth for me to invest in myself? But what I would really listen to the most is your heart, not your logic. Your logic, remember guys, will talk you out of it, because your logic is based on your habits. What do you spend your money on? Maybe you're not in a habit of investing in yourself, so you'll never think, yes, I'm going to invest in myself. Maybe you're just in a habit of buying stuff and paying for the living and going on holiday, as majority of people. Maybe you're not in a habit yet of investing in yourself. So really listen to your heart. Your heart will tell you first, I really want it. I really desire this. This is where I want to be. That's the commitment I'm making to myself. I want my life to change. This is your intuition. After your intuition, your paradigm creeps in and says, well, it's money, it's time, all of that stuff. So please remember, guys, the training that we offer, the mentorship training of 6 months, 9 months, if you decide by Tuesday, is life-changing, which means you will change your way of thinking. You will not think as an average person with a very conventional way of doing things and thinking. You will start thinking very differently. So sometimes this decision is very crucial. It could be very illogical. It could be out of your comfort zone completely, but it's so much worth it, because if you really want to achieve something completely different in your life, you need to do something completely different that you've never done before. This is it. Very simple. And now last part is just a quick summary of what can you do from now on going forward to start achieving quantum leap in your results. So it's right now your time to act. It's your time to act starting today. And I really want to encourage you to do it. So whatever that might be, whatever you're acting towards, it might be that dream of yours that you were thinking about for some time. Maybe you've already have that dream, you've taken certain steps, but now you're thinking, I want better results. So whatever that might be, whatever you're acting towards, whatever your goal, whatever your vision, first of all, you have to make sure that you make a decision based on your dream, not based on what you have right now, today, in your bank account, with your time. You always have to think in advance. You always have to think from the end result. And that end result is very important as well. So you have to have that goal, that vision, but not just any goal. This is so important. And if you're not sure about have you got the right goal or worthy goal, please do go back to Monday, day 1, when we talked about setting worthy goals. If you are going after something that you are petrified about, but also excited, this is a worthy goal. But if you're working towards something that you'll feel comfortable with it, you know how to do it, you know how you deal with it, you know everything, that is the wrong goal. And I'm telling you guys, it's the wrong goal, and it's very important to become aware of it. Why? Because you're going to invest a lot of time and a lot of money as well in a goal that will not create quantum leap in your life. Now, why is it important for you to go after something that's scary and exciting? Is because this is where you push through your limits, you get out of your comfort zone, you test your limits, and this is where you really become more of who you were meant to be. This is the key. And this is so important for you to understand that your birthright is to live an abundant life in any area of your life. This is what is meant for you. For those of you who has been with us on Thursday, we did a very powerful exercise with visualization. If you haven't watched it, go back to day 4 and rewatch it. And your imagination is powerful. This is when things are created. If you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. So you really have to be going after what you truly desire, because this is where the growth happens. And when that growth happens, you literally will absolutely amaze yourself. You will shock yourself what you're capable of doing. It's the same when I shocked myself when I was then creating, when I tripled my income and when I worked much less. I shocked myself. I had no idea this was possible in such a short period of time. This is the quantum leap results. This is what you are capable of doing, and you don't even know it. So you have to uncover it. And by uncovering it, by recognizing it, and by bringing it to the surface, is going after your true worthy goal rather than going after what you know how to do. You have a plan ABC, you follow it, you know how to do it. It's not a worthy goal. This is not going to help you to create quantum leap. So you got to have, number one, a worthy goal. Very important, crucial. Number 2, you have to have a burning desire. We talked about it today. We talked about it last week. Without the burning desire, you will not have that motivation, and you have to sustain that burning desire. Number 3 is you have to have a structure and a proven process, a scientific process that you work with every single day and you apply it into your life every single day. This is when you become very productive, very efficient, with much less time. So it's going to save you loads of disappointments, loads of moments of feeling like a failure, because you have a structured plan, a proven process. It's very important to have a structure to your day. Number 4, the last one, you have to have a support system. Hugely important. Whatever it is, whoever you decide to choose as your support system, you have to remember that they have to be way ahead of you. They have to give you something that inspires you. You have to resonate with their energy. You have to basically feel like you want to spend more time with them. These are the people that you're going to be working with. You have to have someone who gives you direction, clarity, who is there for you when you have moments of doubt or worry. That support system is something that will keep you going, not just for a week or two. It will keep you going for 3, 4, 5 months, a year. And within that time, you will develop incredible results, incredible habits, and you will literally amaze yourself. I've been working with my support system for the past 6 years. And I'll never stop, because I know how important it is to have my support system, my team, my mastermind partners, my mentor, and the people I surround myself with. This is my support system. And this is the key. So 4 keys, just to give you a summary of what to do going forward to create quantum leap in your results. Right, guys, thank you so much for being here with us today. And please let us know your thoughts about the past few days of this workshop, the Quantum Leap Strategy. It's been a huge pleasure to be here with us this entire week. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you did as well. Within the next few days, please do check in our group, because there's going to be more interesting stuff happening. I'm going to be posting some really good and motivating videos in the next 3 days. And please do remember, if your heart is telling you, yes, I'm ready, yes, I want to create my life right now, and I'm fed up with same old same, we have the solution for you. We really do. It's a proven solution, step-by-step scientific process with everything you may need. And by Tuesday, if you decide to join us by Tuesday, you get 9 months instead of 6. So it's huge. It's absolutely incredible. So once again, thank you so much for being here with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. I wish you a beautiful weekend. You still have 5 days to rewatch all the videos you want, to take as many notes as you want. And if you have any other questions, please let me know. If you would like to schedule a one-on-one call, please let me know. I'm going to post a link. And again, if you're ready to move your life forward, creating Quantum Leap, join our Thinking into Results family, and the link will be also under this video. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful weekend. Take care.